Hello everyone, and welcome to an episode of our single-player Let's Play. And I know it's been a really long time since I've actually posted an episode. I think the last one was actually in November. But I've been a little busy with the the multiplayer on the Just for Fun Craft server. And kind of ran into a little snag on the single player, but we're working through it. And I'm really itching to build some stuff here in the single player, so I think for today we're going to be putting our focus on working on this road here, kind of extending it out, and possibly, if you notice when you look at it from this side, there's like stuff going on. There's windows and all that good stuff. But if you look at it here from the back side, it's pretty flat looking. So we're going to try to dress up this side and get the road sorted. And we might even build another building here. I'm not too sure. I'm wanting to add in a little bit of foliage in the city as we go along, not keep it too packed together. And I got the death counter all sorted out. I will show you that. Yeah, probably later, but for now, I want to show you why exactly it's taken me forever to release an episode of the single player Let's Play. And that's going to take a trip to the mines, so allow me to take a quick cut, and I will see you guys at the mines. Alright, I made it back down to the mine shaft, and just to give you an idea of what I've been doing while I've not been recording, and it's been just mining, and it's been a ridiculous amount of mining. And just to give you kind of the scope, each of these paths here are roughly 200 blocks wide a piece. And let me just show you how many of these there are. See how my frames are going. 30? Not too bad. All the way down here, as you can see, still going. And this side I haven't gotten as far on, but this side I've done all the way to the end of it, and it is just frustrating. I feel like I haven't gotten near as many resources as I did when I started, and yep, all the way down here. I haven't counted the number of tunnels, but they take about 35 minutes a piece. They're 4 tall, 1 wide, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Not to mention, I'm kind of OCD about how these things are built, and I try to patch the walls if they're too messed up. Don't like a lot of things getting into the mine shaft. But, yeah, it's taken a lot of work. I think within another week or two, I should have all the iron I need to stop working on the bank. Hopefully. So, we'll see. And I guess we're going to go back to the town and find something else to do. Alright, be right back. Alright, as you can see, the bank looks just about the same. Fortunately, most of the work I've done on it is on the inside, so there is a little bit of issue with this, and it is clogging occasionally depending on... There's a specific way I put stuff in here sometimes that clogs it, and I don't have a good way around that yet. So I might put in another minecart, so instead of there being 2 that are exchanging places, there'll be 3. 3 should kind of prevent most of those issues. And then I think what I'm going to do is put in a little day-night sensor over here on the sidewall and hook it up to a T flip-flop. That way, when it turns day or it turns night, it'll shut it off once it hits the threshold, and it will shuffle the carts. That way, if one's clogged and I'm not aware of it, it should just naturally sort itself out. So that should be enough. I do need to test it to see if it's going to work. But the biggest thing I've been working on is this area down here. Excuse me. And as you can see, there are a lot of item frames down here. And what I ended up doing was I took the design we used up top, and I simply just moved the redstone wire instead of it being horizontal, where it came out of. I think maybe the left or right side of the comparator. it instead goes vertical so we can stack them together. And what this effectively means is that there is a little bit of an issue about how they power each other, but it turns out it won't be an issue because of the hopper line, the way it's built. So I might show it, I might not. It depends on if anyone's really interested in it or not. But it's pretty simple, just basically moving the redstone vertical solved most of the issues. The one thing that it does do is it gives us drastically less storage space for the areas. We might have maybe 6 or 7 chests, double chests per item. But if you think about it, there really isn't a need for, 20 double chests of oak saplings or something of the sort. So I decided I was just gonna shorten the amount, but I could condense it all into this bottom area. That way I'm not having to go up and down like 30 floors, because that's gonna get really frustrating. But it turns out pretty good. I actually started digging down here, I think, and then I was like, screw this, I'm gonna go fix everything up here. So that's what happened, and I'm actually really liking it. It's taking an insane amount of hoppers, and that's why we were at the mine earlier, because it's just an insane amount of hoppers to get this stuff built. And just so you can see, I think I calculated it out, and for every item frame I'm needing, I think 6 hoppers. There's a whole ring of hoppers that go around there, and then there's literally 2 below it. So, and then there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, it's looking like 7 hoppers, and there are, I think I counted it being something like 19 on each side. So roughly 80 of these. So yeah, 560 hoppers is like 2,800 iron ore. It's ridiculous. I've been mining and mining and mining, and I'm tired of mining. I have so much resources from that mine except iron. I'm completely out of iron. I've stayed out of iron. But we're getting there. And once I get done with that, I'm not picking any more projects that require a ton of iron, because I'm just sick of it now. Alright, so I think we should see the death counter, and it's a good time to sleep in it too, so I think... Don't die. Yes. Alright, let me get a pick. Good enough. Actually, I kind of need to name that. I can't use it, otherwise the name, I think, is too expensive. And I have a lot of crap on me. Alright, put that there. I still can't sort anything out because of all the backup. I can't put any of my stuff in there at the moment, so I'm just gonna let that thing work itself out, and then we will be clearing these chests. Alright, I think I need to... which way does this go? That didn't look right. Oh wait, this might be right, actually. Man, where am I going? Oh, there we go. Alright. Okay, so let me just go ahead and sleep in it. There are 7 diamonds in here. I've died 7 times already. And I ended up resetting the spawner just so I could show you. Resetting the spawn location so I could show you how this works. So basically when you die, we're going to spawn right back in here. There's a piece of redstone underneath this carpet, right here where I'm standing. And as you can see, it opens up the pathway. And we have another diamond in the chest. So I leave, and then whenever the redstone turns off from being stepped on, it shuts it. So we don't have to deal with anything getting in there, hopefully, because it should be daytime. Well, not necessarily. But at least it'll shut itself, and we have a nice little semi-permanent spawn location. It's safe from getting blown up, which is very nice. I just gotta make sure I don't sleep in another bed. And it does mean that when I'm recording, there will be nighttime. Sorry, I'll try to make it short, or maybe I'll just cut it to daytime again. But it hasn't been too frustrating so far, so I kind of like it. I basically run around and kill stuff at night because I don't have an experience farm. And I am really itching to build something over here, so I think that's might be what we're doing next. I'm not too sure what exactly I stopped on, so I think it was the death counter. I ended up just building the death counter without any kind of... I didn't really show much of it because, once again, once you get one of these butt switches, which I showed last episode it's really, really obvious. This thing isn't actually my design. I think it's CMB's hidden stairwell tutorial or something. And I don't like to show stuff I didn't actually make. So if you want it, CMB makes it. I think there's plenty of hidden stairway tutorials, I think. This one's kind of broken, actually. It's a really old version, but I kind of had to tweak it to make sure it worked and it closed properly, and it's not really doing anything at the moment. Sometimes the redstone takes a really long time to close. Sometimes it closes really short or really quickly, so you really can't dawdle too much when you're down there, otherwise you're going to lose another diamond. But so far, 8 deaths, and they were very frustrating 8 deaths, let me tell you. So, basically, I think early January, I was trying to record. I walked over there and I got my best pick. I had one that was nice and enchanted. I think it was a silk touch pick, and I had it named and everything. And then I had a fortune 3 pick, and it was unbreaking and efficiency 4, and I had it named too. And then I was gonna go to the mines to get lots of good stuff, and basically proceeded to walk into lava and die. So I was pretty frustrated. I quit for a few days. Came back, spent I don't know how long getting those picks back. I was killing things for days and days and days, and proceeded to walk right back in the same spot of lava and died again. So it was... I actually ended up losing, I think, overall 7 picks to that spot of lava because I quit for so long and I come back and completely forget where it was at, and I just kept falling in it, and it was really embarrassing. So I'm glad I don't have that recorded because this was just frustrating. But I did eventually fill in the spot. So is this thing not... Daggum. Yep, still going. No. Oh gosh, that was close. Okay, that's why you should trust redstone. Don't... that can't actually suffocate you. I have actually died that way, and it's pretty funny actually. All your stuff actually gets... It seems like if you get caught in something and you suffocate to death, it throws your stuff everywhere. At least this was the case when I died here. I mean, it threw all my stuff, just littered it all through here. But it was pretty interesting. So, all right, I think we need to build something. I think it's time to build something, and it doesn't need to be this because I don't want to look at that anymore. I'm still gonna work on it, don't worry, but I'm really not wanting to do any more mining or putting in hoppers at the moment. So let's try to figure out what we want our next place to be. All right, as promised, we are working on something new and refreshing. At least I hope it's new and refreshing. And what we're gonna be doing is finishing up this road. We're not finishing it, but we're going to be extending it through here. So, and then we're going to be kind of finishing up the backs of these buildings. This side I did when I built it, and it looks pretty good. We might have to add in a few decorative pieces here on the outside, but these look pretty rough. So we're going to have to sit down and figure out how to make this look good. And yeah, that's probably all we have time for today. I do have a plan for this guy here. I think I'm going to... I've said, I don't know, probably 100 times, but we're gonna be building on top of this bank area, basically a miniature version of the bank. We're just gonna kind of stack them up and maybe put in some decorative pieces here on the corners. And I think that'll be good to do because I have a lot of stone. I think I have something like 20 double chests of stone right now because of the mining operations. So I believe, just gonna kind of clean this up. Now there's a cave system underneath here, and we might have to figure out how to fill it, or at least get the zombies to shut up because they're driving me crazy. But I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of fill. I didn't even bring stuff for this. Okay, so I'm gonna go get some stuff for this, and then I think I'm just gonna mark the outlines here, and then I'll fill it on my own time because it will be kind of tedious. And I will see you in a bit. So I came in here to get some resources, and it looks like we have an unwanted guest looking over here at our chest, which I totally haven't been keeping track of. But if I do a really bad one, then I'm sure I'll catch it. But how are we gonna deal with you? Yep, that's what we do to thieves in our town. All right. I got some stone, and I guess I'm gonna head back over there. So, it's starting getting dark. Okay, so I might figure something else out to where I can sleep in the bed, and I can figure out how to get down in there, and I can reset properly. Because this is getting really frustrating for me to have to stop recording, and then, every time it gets dark. But, yeah, I'm not gonna have time. I need to make some stairs. And I think what we're gonna be doing is maybe we can fill it in like not like that. Like that. We might slide that over a bit. Mainly because if you're kinda looking at the flow here, you wanna be able to see in the corner will probably be better. So let's sit the corner piece there, and then we can extend the rest of this out. Yep, like this. Is that any better? Yeah, I guess. I don't know what we're gonna do here, but I guess it can't hurt to fill it out like that. Alright, well, I gotta stop. And I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, so what I managed to do is get a diamond shovel. Now if you look at this, I used the level 30 enchant, and that's decent, I guess. It's gonna last for about 5 minutes though. But what we really need to do is sculpt a little bit of the area here. I'm not completely sure how I want it, mainly because we need to put in some buildings to really make it fit. And I don't want to make it too scattered. I don't want to wrap them around the buildings too much because it'll look kind of odd, and I don't want to also force my buildings to go to certain areas just because we built the road a certain way. So I'm thinking our next building is either going to be the butcher, which is right over there, or we're going to build something back here. Maybe another residence, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I don't think I want that to be so tall. We might just put in some kind of stone wall or something. So let me just clear... How much did I want off? I kind of like the steep incline here, so I think we might keep that. Is it getting dark again? Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. I spent all... Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to sort that out ASAP because that's gonna drive me insane. Alright, so go ahead and get a... I think I'll leave that as is, and then we'll get... Don't want to square it up too much. We can always... The thing is the way I typically build it is just slightly too square, and then we can make modifications later on that really help smooth it out. Like if you look here, the roads here are really straight. But over here we kind of edited it when we got to it. And we'll be doing that here, but... Oh, it's dark again. I don't believe this. Alright. Screw it. Who cares? Alright, so I think we're gonna need to do something like that. This isn't gonna work. Okay. Oh, I just said too. Alright. So I think what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna have to call it an episode, unfortunately. And I'm off camera gonna get that thing all fixed up. And I'll put a diamond here in the chest. So that way we can have some daylight in our episodes. Where did I put it? I know I have one. Screw off. Yeah, so... yeah, unfortunately we didn't get anything done. That's really frustrating. But we'll just call it a recap episode. And next time... we're gonna get a lot of stuff done, I promise you. I'll have my stuff together, so we won't have to just waste time with me running around. There's our diamond. I did take it. Inventory's full. Oh goodness. All right. Let me go put this in the chest and then call it an episode. There we go. 5 diamonds. Alright, so I guess I will see you guys next episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.